What's happening? John from Long Island. It is Saturday, October 4th. I finally got some time together. I figured I'd make a new video. It's been a while since my last one. Since my last video, I have what's the technical term for it? A shit ton of vinyl to go through. Some stuff came up, and I went to I went to a record show, and I have a stack of stuff I have to go through, and I finally got some time to do it. So I figured I'd just get 5 off the stack, the first 5 that I got, and I show them to you. I got 2 weeks ago now, I went to a record show down in Massapequa at the train station at the American Legion Hall, and got 5 records that I was happy to come across. So I have a couple of them here. I'll show them to you. Here's one of them off the stack. This is May Jailer, Sirens. This female looks familiar. It's actually Lana Del Rey, Elizabeth Grant, her government name. This is a bootleg of her original demo. It says Sirens is an unreleased demo by Lana Del Rey, written and recorded in 05 and 06 under the pseudonym May Jailer. I wasn't aware of her then, but when I got aware of Lana Del Rey, I went on Pirate Bay or BearShare or something. I downloaded an entire file of her unreleased stuff, and most of this was probably on it. She didn't release, as far as I know, she didn't release this on a physical medium. So I started seeing this come up on eBay, Discogs, and the various Reddit groups that I look at with Lana Del Rey and news, and started coming up, and I'm like, you know what, it's a little pricey, so I avoided it, but I saw this at the show, and I'm like, I gotta pick this up. He was asking 50, I got him down to 40. But either way, it's very mellow stuff, very acoustic, not much in the way of the grand production that Lana Del Rey is known for, the orchestration or anything like that. Mostly acoustic guitar and her voice, which if you're a fan of Lana Del Rey, you'll be a fan of this. Her voice just keeps getting better with time. And this is when she was young. Probably, I don't know how old she is, but maybe she was 20 years old here, 21. Standouts on here to me would be Pretty Baby, which I've heard before, Birds of a Feather, which I've heard before, Junkie Pride I always like too. That's the thing with Lana Del Rey. You'll if you get into her unreleased stuff, you'll start obsessing over it like I do and say, well, where can I get this? And she has so much unreleased stuff that it's hard to find where if it was ever released. Like this, I'm pretty sure that this was basically on SoundCloud when it came out, maybe. Bandcamp, maybe, if that was even a thing in 05, I don't know. MySpace, this is probably on, so yeah, I'm glad to have found this out in the wild. May Jailer, Sirens, again, bootlegged. There's no record company on this one. All right, at that same show, I picked this up. One of my favorite records of all time. This is the Grateful Dead, Working Man's Dead, 1970 on the Warner Brothers records. Now, I will never say no to a Grateful Dead record if I see it for sale, especially for a good price. I got this for 20 bucks. I don't think this is an original pressing, first pressing, but it's an old pressing, and it sounds great. I feel like every video I talk about the Dead, because I usually buy a Dead record every time I go out. Working Man's Dead is one of my favorites. And you can't go wrong with this one. Uncle John's Band, High Time, Dire Wolf, New Speedway Boogie, Cumberland Blues, Black Peter, Easy Win, and Casey Jones. You can't go wrong with this album. I always say this, if you're looking to get into the Dead, Working Man's Dead is where you want to start. American Beauty, right, which came out, around the same time as this. Start there. Go backwards, go forwards. Get into the live stuff, and that's how I did it. I first got into the Dead with American Beauty, bought this because the guy recommended it with American Beauty, and I haven't looked back since. Great record, and when I find one of these in great shape for a great price, 20 bucks, 10 times out of 10 I'm going to buy it. Speaking of the Dead, same guy was selling this for another 20 bucks. This is Grateful Dead from Mars Hotel. This is on Grateful Dead Records, 1974. For me, this is where they end. with original music. I mean, Shakedown Street came out after this, which is good, but the records after this are very, very spotty, for me at least. This record's very good though. Scarlet Begonias, which is one of my favorites. Ship of Fools is great. Pride of Cucamonga is Phil Lesh singing. That's one of my favorite songs by him singing. Loose Lucy, I don't care for. U.S. Blues is a classic. Unbroken Chains a classic. China Dolls, phenomenal. And Money Money, I don't even know what that song sounds like. But again, I'll never say no to an original Dead album. Again, this probably isn't a first pressing, but it's an old pressing. It's in great shape on the Grateful Dead Records label. So yeah, great record. Don't get into, if you never heard the Dead, don't buy this. Like I said, buy Working Man's Dead. All right. Next up, this is another new artist who I just became aware of, and I'm in love with her music. This is Margo Price, Hard Headed Woman. Just came out on Loma Vista Records, which is like a subsidiary of a larger group. I don't know what group though. 2025 Margo Price. Tyler Childers makes an appearance on this. Jesse Wells makes an appearance on this. This is Americana country, the stuff I'm listening to now. Her voice is very close to Loretta Lynn, Dolly Parton, very Appalachian sounding, although she is a Nashville resident. It's not slick like Nashville country. It's outlaw country, roots country, Americana country, the country I like, you know, the honest country. So she has a bunch of records. This is her most recent, so I have to go backwards now from this. I heard a bunch of her stuff on Spotify, and I'm very intrigued by it, especially her first record, which was put out by Third Man, Jack White's record label. So I listened to that, and Spotify sounds good. So I'm going to start getting her records, and this while they're still available. Speaking of still available, I'm so glad that they re-released this one. This is one of my favorite records. It's not my favorite from this artist. It's one of my favorites. This is Typo Negative, Bloody Kisses, 1993 on Roadrunner Records. This is the Suspended in Dusk 30th anniversary from 2023. Now, what makes this different than the standard version? It's stripped down a bit. This is the first version I had way back when. It's more of a, like I said, stripped down version of the Bloody Kisses album. It doesn't have all the intros and all the interludes and all that stuff. You are missing a couple of good short little tunes that are on the first one, but this one, every song is good. You don't have to skip one. You have Christian Woman, of course, Bloody Kisses, Too Late, Frozen, Blood and Fire, Can't Lose You, Summer Breeze, Set Me on Fire, Suspended in Dusk, and Black Number One. Again, you don't have to skip anything off this. Typo Negative for me is one of my favorite bands. Like I said, got into them in the mid '90s. I mean, I was aware of them. They started out as more of a heavy hardcore groove metal band, maybe you want to say, but became more of a gothic, hard rock, almost like a doom band. And this is where they started the transition. Prior to this, you had Slow, Deep, and Hard, which is a great record, and that was their first record. But that kind of sounded a bit like the previous band they were, which was Carnivore, who I knew growing up. I had one of the tapes, and I didn't love it because it was raw, it was nasty sounding, the production was kind of shitty. So if I'm listening to stuff like Metallica and Anthrax, I'm not listening to Carnivore because it doesn't sound right. But Pete Steele, the bass player and singer of this band, after Carnivore formed this completely different outfit, Typo Negative, and they were great. I became a fan of theirs through my friends, and they would say, "Oh, yeah, you hear Typo," and I ended up seeing Typo about 5 or 6 times, and that's when I fell in love with them. To see them live, I saw them live on Halloween night in 1995, and that's when I was like, "Yo, these guys are something else." And the album after this was October Rust, which is my favorite by them, but this is a close second. Good for the fall season, although it is 80 degrees today here on Long Island. Not much of a fall. what can I say about this album? They were one of a kind. Nobody sounded like them. Roadrunner Records had such a diverse list of bands. I mean, they had Life of Agony, which sounded nothing like these guys. You know, they had a lot of the death metal bands, which these guys are not death metal. And again, like, they got further away from that hard, that I don't know what you can call it, you know, hardcore, not like New York hardcore, not even like Long Island hardcore, but hardcore punk almost, into a thrash type sound, and then backed away from it with this record, more of a gothic, Sisters of Mercy type of vibe, you know, which they were headed to, and then, you know, various things happened. I mean, they always had the same members, except for the drummer, I think. The drummer left this band to join Life of Agony, but they had pretty much the same members, and yeah, Pete Steele died, and Type O Negative died with him. So it's sad, but if you're looking to get into Type O Negative, get this. I would suggest this one, then October Rust. Slow, Deep, and Hard's good. It's just a little raw for me, and I don't love it. I won't shut it off though when it comes on. And then the ones after October Rust were very hit or miss. And I have a couple of them, but their vinyl was hard to find for a while, because I don't think it was originally released on vinyl here in the States. You had some European pressings, and then you had some early 2000s pressings, and those go for big money. I do have an October Rust, and I have Bloody Kisses, obviously, and I have Dead Again, their last record, which was good. It just didn't have the depth of the songwriting that Bloody Kisses has, or October Rust has. So that's my story. If you've noticed, on these videos, I typically tell you, after I show you my records, I usually tell you what I'm doing with music, and I haven't been doing that because I haven't been doing much of music. So this past summer, I got back into the studio, just me and an acoustic guitar. I'm trying to hash out just some stuff I've been working on, some covers, some originals. I got to the studio like 3 or 4 times, and you can see some of those videos here on my channel of some of the songs I've been doing. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, if I'm going to take it live or not, but like I said, I'm just trying to get it off the ground and see where it goes. So watch out for any news on that, and any videos that I record, any performances will be on this channel until I create a separate YouTube channel for that, if I get it going. So thank you for watching, as always. Hope you got something out of it. I do have a shit ton more of vinyl that I just can't get to right now. Hopefully maybe next week I'll be able to put another video up. So for now, thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.